So what we'd like to do is probably work our way down from Sace down to you, Mark. And what we'd like to do is to introduce yourselves, your businesses, and anything that you'd like to share in 1 minute before we kick off the questions. So Sace, let me start with you.
Evening everyone. Sace Holmes-Lewis, founder and CEO of Mentivity, which is a mentoring organisation I founded. We work across the boroughs of Southwark, Lambeth, Lewisham, Bromley and Croydon. So we go into schools, do a lot of one-to-one mentoring, group work as well. And the main aim of Mentivity is really to activate communities and support young people. Yeah, really? You're gassing me up now.
Thank you.
Oh,
You know, you came for conversation today, you know.
So I'm here at the UK Black Business Show. It's UK Black Business Week. I'm on a panel discussion today talking about entrepreneurship and our journey. So yeah, it should be a really insightful panel. First time actually ever being in the XL actually. So yeah man, looking forward to it. How you doing? I'm surprised you're in the country, bro.
I live here now, I'm back.
Oh, you're back now? Yeah?
Pretty much back.
How's things? I'm repping today, bro. Come on, repping.
Love, bro. I appreciate it.
I wear this every day. I love it. I love it.
I say it like this. So, knowing your position, knowing what you've already built, yeah? When someone challenges your authority, what do you think in their mind? Because you were mentioning, okay, yeah, like, okay, I'm a star person, but you ain't running the business. So what do you think mentally they come to you thinking, oh yeah, this is why I can challenge you?
I think it's because, and someone told me this before, as a business coach actually, I had a conversation, it wasn't to do with me, but it ended up being about me, just talking to him. And he said, it's because I'm too pally-pally with him. And he just said to me, you've got to choose. Yeah. You're their friend or you're their boss. You got to choose, so you can't be involved in every conversation, and you can't be in the middle of every banter and everything like that. You just can't, you know. So
not involved.
Yeah. So when he said that to me, I just thought to myself, he's right, and I just thought, right, I got to step back. So from that moment, I started stepping back. So everybody started kind of like having their own groups instead.
Yeah.
Before it used to be, I'm the center of everything.
Yeah, and you can't.
Yeah, so now I step back, and now I'm not the center anymore.
Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. I'm going to be asking you guys your questions on the thing.
Yeah,
I did the big one.
You're answering just like that. It's almost the thing, bro. Talk about this entrepreneurship thing.
So I think they're going to cut it short, so probably start making your way upstairs because they're going to mic you up.
Yeah.
So you can stand in the back,
Coming off the... Well, bro, this is what we do, do you know what I mean? It's going to be a really good panel, to be honest. I think we're going to really like inspire people. Just the people that are here on this panel, they're doing really great stuff. And I respect them a lot. So yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to it. So that's how it goes, isn't it?
Wait, let me say, yeah, when was the first time you did one of these?
I don't even know, you know. Like, from a Mentivity perspective, it might have been like 2017, 2018. But I've always done like seminars and done like panels like schools and things like that. Like seminars when I was at uni, but really public speaking since I really started Mentivity. But yeah, it's just like you're talking to people, just sharing your story and experiences, man. So
it's never been that difficult for you?
not really difficult, but I've had to teach myself. I'm a self-taught speaker, so I've not like gone to any schools or nothing like that. I've just practiced and worked at it, and I've always been a good communicator, but I just want to get myself to another level. So this is part and parcel of it, to be honest. So, yeah.
Entrepreneurial journeys, because a lot of us have that spirit within us, but how do we step into that opportunity? How do we make that something real? And our next panel is called Black Men Redefining Entrepreneurship. So this panel will be a groundbreaking black male entrepreneurs who are redefining what it means to lead successful, impactful businesses. Together they'll share their unique journeys, their innovative approaches they've leveraged along the way and the transformative value that they bring to their respective fields. If you're looking for the blueprint for success of being an entrepreneur, this panel will leave you inspired and invigorated.
So maybe if you can share a little bit about why you continue to invest in yourself and that driven you to now obviously invest into others.
Yeah, it's a really good question. I think where my journey started was school. You know, I used to get up early, go to play football, but before that, go to the bakery to buy the sherbet straws. They were like 1p, and I used to buy £5 worth. So when I got to school, I used to double my money by selling them for 2p. So I thought, oh, I know how to make money, and I always knew how to make money. But I worked in an area of expertise that was about giving back to young people through sport, and there is no money in that. So I wanted to change that and kind of flip it on the head. And so Mentivity and my journey started through frustration after experiencing 2 redundancies in 2013 and 2015 in the charitable sports sector, and I wanted to showcase self-determination. So it was pretty much like jumping out of a plane without a parachute and figuring out how I was going to land, and I still haven't landed. So I'm still trying to push and keep going, because I know that if I can do more, I can inspire other young people to really do more in their communities and by giving back and being good people, because we look at the role models of people within football, the music sector, but again, what about the role models that are doing the unsung work in the communities? And I had mentors that supported me.
Who don't know about certain cuts? Do you understand? But I'm keen to kind of hear your vision and why you continue to invest in yourself, especially your brand and you're an author and all these great things that you're working on.
The investment in myself, which is partially investment in myself, has come through investment in other people. Like I've always just believed, you know, your value comes from what you offer to other people. So when it comes to me like reinvesting into myself, it's always come from like investing outwards and knowing that, you know, dividends will be paid to me eventually. But we know some people will take advantage of you, that's going to happen in life. But I've just always known that when you invest into other people and you're helping other people, that's where your value is. So my investment into myself kind of has actually started outwardly.
And if I'm honest, I kind of wish I didn't have that discontentment. I wish I was happy just working a 9 to 5, go home, watch Netflix, life would be easy. But sometimes I feel like entrepreneurship just kind of chose me. So yeah, through that, yeah, frustration and working a job I wasn't passionate about and wanting to do something more creative and always loving watches, I think, is what drew me into the watch industry.
So, Faith, let me come to you in regards to that question also, if you don't mind.
So with the limited company, I think the issue that I had was a duplication. So working in the community, going to schools, offering mentoring services, upskilling teachers, there's a lot of other companies doing that. And there's a lack of strategy from us as black entrepreneurs, I feel, because we're actually duplicating the services and we're actually fighting for the same kind of pots of money and funding. So that was difficult. But I think what Will said was the spot on around the narrative in your own mind and that story, and really overcoming that kind of imposter syndrome in certain rooms. And when you're actually trying to sell these services, coming from a council estate, when people ask me where I was from, I say the Ellsbury estate. And they'll look at me like, oh, that's near Peckham, right? I'll be like, yeah. And again, they have a negative stereotype of me. So overcoming that in the first year or so was very, very important. But also separating myself from Mentivity, because I drive this every single day. Like every day I get up, I think about Mentivity, what I can do, how I can impact more people, how I can extract more funding from the corporate sector, how I can generate more income to support our community. And literally everyone thinks Mentivity is just SACE, but I've got 16 other staff members that are working at Mentivity diligently every single day. So now separating myself from Mentivity as a separate entity is very, very important. So that's probably been my struggle. But what I will say on the flip side, that being a black entrepreneur, growing up in a council estate, I've got an advantage when I go into those corporate boardrooms because they haven't had my experience. I can learn everything that you can do. You can't learn, and with my experience and what I've gone through. So then I see that now not as a hindrance, but as a superpower, because I go in there and I know I can overcome that and overcome anything pretty much.
Absolutely. I agree. So maybe if I come to you first, Yao, maybe just to shed some light on that from your view.
Being an entrepreneur is very difficult, isn't it? It's very tough. One of the most difficult things anyone can wake up and do. And interesting, because of my name, a lot of times when people haven't met me before, they assume that I'm Chinese, right? So obviously you see the numbers and you think, oh, some Chinese guy just running this e-commerce business, will get it. And then like I jump on a call and then they look at me like, are you the right person? And then the guy that runs my marketing also jumped on as well. Obviously he's black as well, and then the guy jaws just dropped, right? Not essentially expecting people that look like us to have the ability to do what we're doing, right? So it makes it even all the more difficult, and the saying that goes, I mean, I think this again applies to entrepreneurship even more. I remember growing up, my mum used to tell us, you kind of have to work twice as hard to be considered, for the same equal opportunities and stuff like that. That doesn't go away in entrepreneurship.
When you were growing your business and you reached that point where, you do marketing and content, everything, and it's time to hire that first person, I'm kind of curious about how you went about doing that, because I've been advised by a few of my business mentors to do it, and then they come with the salary expectations and it's a bad one. So how do you guys, what's your mindset when going about that first employee and then growing from there?
My first employee was actually my brother. So I had to negotiate with him extensively for him to leave his job. And I remember saying, look, this is my idea, this is what we're gonna do, like we're gonna take over like the whole area, we're gonna do this, go to schools, and he wasn't convinced. And then I said, look, I've got our first contract, and then I showed him the contract, and obviously he saw that contract and he thought, oh, I want a piece of that, But I had to really manage his expectations and say, look, I'm gonna give you a certain percentage of this business so that we can grow this together. And it's difficult from that perspective because obviously it's my brother, so they say you should never mix business and family, and again, it is difficult, but you have to communicate effectively, and I think that was the key thing, that I had to communicate effectively to that first employee, which was my brother, and then our best friend, and then concurrently it was other friends in our network, because we wanted people that we knew that could provide that value and provide the level of service to our community that we expected. You have to have a clear vision. You have to showcase and exhibit a drive that they've never seen before. Otherwise, they're not going to believe in you. And if they don't believe in you, then your business is not going to work.
And also, one thing I always mention is to live like no one owes you anything. I think a lot of people approach life, approach entrepreneurship with this like entitlement mindset, and I think that's extremely limiting. Because the minute you live like no one owes you anything, you're going to work that bit, you're going to work a lot harder. You're going to realize that your product actually has to be better than, at least have an edge on anything in the market in order for someone to part with their hard-earned money. You're also going to exercise a lot more gratitude when things do go your way, when things do go well, because you realize that you weren't entitled to receive any of that. Like, it's come through that hard work, that consistency. So yeah, define your why, consistently remember that why, and just like lose all forms of entitlement. Live like no one owes you anything, I would say.
To be honest, mine's a lot different. I think when I was younger, I was really motivated by money, but this work is about legacy, and that's the real important thing for me, is that long after I leave this earth, I want Mentivity as a corporate entity, but also a charitable entity, to continue to work in our communities, because we have to uplift each other, and what better way to do that by focusing on the youth? And that's the most important thing for me, because I still remember what it was like to be a teenager growing up on the Ellsbury estate, being marginalised by police, being marginalised in education. And I want young people to dream and have hope, because without hope and dreams, what are we as human beings? So that's what I want to bring to the community.
That brings our evening to a close. Again, when you leave, we do have networking opportunities downstairs on level 2. So feel free to continue this conversation downstairs, where you can network, speak, meet people, and just share your vision and your dream. But thank you so much for coming out tonight, and give yourselves a round of applause.
Really do believe that AI, although there's some great things about AI, I feel like it's going to destroy when it comes to the community part of things.
It will, if we don't upskill our communities to fill that gap.
And that's why I see these opportunities, these things that you guys are doing, as extremely crucial.
Yes.
Because that's the war that we would need to be prepared for. And I think this is
exactly that, Michael. So literally, what now is that we're going to be able to commodify the things that we've never been able to commodify.
Exactly.
So the social aspects of work are now going to become more valuable than ever.
Yes. People are not used to it.
If we then can do that in our communities on a micro and macro level, then we bring that wealth to our community.
I was gonna try and link you to that.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm down
Appreciate
here
it, bro.
in
Yeah,
Maslow's hierarchy.
yeah.
So I was gonna try and link you to that.
Don't belittle yourself. Know the work that you're doing is very important, and you're a Muslim brother as well. So this is God's work. Yeah. So never forget that. Yeah. So just it's very important that you hold yourself in high esteem. Yeah. Because what you're doing is very, very important work. How old are you?
17.
Exactly. So I started this work when I was 16. 26 years. I'm 42 in 3 weeks. So we've all got to start somewhere, but don't belittle yourself, yeah? In Jamaica we say don't small like yourself, yeah? Never do that, yeah?
I've got calm.
Yeah.
She's doing that charity as well.
Yeah.
So one thing she wanted to ask was how is the best way to go about getting fundraising for young people as well?
Oh, that's a real topic. It's a real topic. So what I'm going to do, I just said to a few others, because I have quite a number, I'm going to put on a session at Mentivity House.
Okay.
So I'm going to do something before the end of the year, inshallah. So probably a Saturday when everybody's got the time, do 3-4 hours, and we can sit down and go through these things. I can present, talk about my journey, talk about the pitfalls, and then we can answer questions and have proper like breakout sessions and figure that out, man. So yeah, so if you go on mentivity.com, fill out the form, just say UK Black Business Show. I'm going to collate everyone together and I'm going to get that sorted by the end of the year. Yeah? Name again, brother? Eric. Yeah? Respect, brother. Yeah? Thank you, man. Yeah, so that's it. We just wrapped the Black Men Business Talks today. Amazing panel. Yao, William, Adosi, Mark McIver, Slider Cuts, and hosted by Mahari. So yeah, it was really, really powerful. Ah man, what a day, what a day. Got my bodyguards here. You know, Max and Lewis, I've known since they're 10. So these guys came down from Durham specifically to see me talk tonight, which is a real honor. So I really appreciate you guys. Man. So, love, man. Thank you. Yeah. Just hug it out, guys. Just hug it out. But tell them what you thought as well, man.
So this was quite an empowering moment for me because I haven't seen Say speak. I obviously remember when we were about 14, he said that he didn't realise you could be paid to talk, and then he got paid. I think he said he got 10 grand or something.
Yeah.
And then you're telling us and Dad, and then to be able to come and see the growth, be a part of the growth, but then also see everyone else's perception to it that isn't just in your own bubble, is really empowering and fulfilling because it's been administered on us and hopefully to so many others now through this.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you guys, man.
And I think what I love as well is the fact that there's so many details that I can pick on when it was in our time now.
Yeah.
But then to hear some of the backstory and struggles that obviously we're aware of, but we don't know necessarily, at that age you don't understand on the business side of it.
Yeah.
And everything. So now you're thinking, okay, cool, so this is what happened, and then just learning a lot about progression and general development. So there's a lot of points that we can take, and Jeremy just fills me with so much ambition and pride to just see you succeeding.
Oh, you guys are gonna make me cry, man. Cut! Love you guys, man. Love you guys. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. And that's it. We're done, man. So yeah, tomorrow, Goldman Sachs event, Black History Month. They got me working. So yeah, all good, man. Appreciate you guys following me on this journey, man. Love.
Peace out.